Hi, I'm Mitch Resnick, Professor of Learning Research and the head of the Lifelong Kindergarten Research Group. The past few months have been very unsettling and upsetting. The COVID pandemic has killed hundreds of thousands of people and disrupted the lives of billions of people around the world, with the greatest hardships falling inequitably on those already facing challenges in their lives. Here in the United States, the horrific murders of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and others have highlighted the inequities, injustices, and systemic racism confronting Black people throughout their lives. At the same time, an accelerating assault on truth and reason and the rule of law is raising serious concerns about the very future of democratic society. These are huge systemic problems. No one person or research group or organization is going to solve these problems on their own. But we all can and must contribute to positive change to help build a more just and equitable future. In the Lifelong Kindergarten Group, we're hoping to contribute through our efforts to transform learning and education, more specifically by supporting young people in developing their voices, collaborating with one another, and expressing themselves creatively. We see young people as agents of change. We're committed to working with them and with the educators and families who support them to ensure that they develop the skills, the motivation, and the confidence they'll need to lead fulfilling lives and to bring about meaningful change in society. To develop their voices and to reach their full potential, young people need learning environments where they can work on projects based on their passions, in collaboration with peers, in a playful spirit. To support these 4 P's of creative learning, our research group developed the Scratch programming language and online community, which has become the world's largest coding community for children. With Scratch, millions of children around the world are creating and sharing interactive stories and games and animations, and in the process, learning to think creatively, reason systematically, and work collaboratively, essential skills for everyone in today's society. In the past few months, as the pandemic forced schools to close, the Scratch online community has become busier than ever, with twice as much activity as a year ago. Confined to their homes, isolated from their friends, kids are coming to Scratch to connect and engage, and we've been working hard to support them. Under the hashtag Scratch at Home, we've been providing a collection of activities to engage children in creative learning experiences at home. We've also been running special editions of our online Learning Creative Learning course and our We-Scratch workshops for educators to provide educators with a space for sharing ideas and learning from one another. We've been heartened and inspired by the Scratch projects the young people have been creating over the past few months, where they share their thoughts and feelings about the pandemic, racial injustice, and other issues that are on their minds. For example, a community member with the username Hello Yo What's Up shared a project titled Random Acts of COVID Kindness. The project suggested ways for kids to use Scratch to make gifts for someone who could use some cheering up. The community rallied around the project, supporting one another. Hello Yo What's Up had previously created hundreds of other Scratch projects, but this was her first project in 3 years. In the project, she explained that she was drawn back to Scratch during the pandemic by a desire to create something and a need to spread kindness. She wrote, "I've always been incredibly grateful for the community that has supported me in so many creative endeavors here." In her use of Scratch, Hello Yo What's Up was not just learning how to code. She was also developing and demonstrating kindness and empathy and collaboration and creativity. Those skills are more important now than ever before. The world needs more kindness, more empathy, more collaboration, more creativity, so that people can understand one another, work together, and develop creative solutions to today's pressing challenges. Scratches like "Hello, Yo, What's Up" provide us with hope for the future. In the Lifelong Kindergarten Group, equity and empowerment have always been a core part of our mission. We've always tried to provide all children from all backgrounds with opportunities to design, create, and express themselves. But we recognize we need to do more. We need to be proactively anti-racist in our policies and practices, to be more focused in our efforts to counter systemic injustices and inequities. We're learning from and building on our work supporting the Clubhouse network of after-school learning centers, where youth from low-income neighborhoods, predominantly Black and brown, come together to explore, experiment, and express themselves with support from staff and mentors from diverse backgrounds. Our PhD student, Jaleesa Trapp, herself a former Clubhouse member, has been working with Clubhouse youth and mentors to develop anti-racist learning activities and educator guides to help youth uncover what Jaleesa calls hidden pathways. That is, knowledge and skills the youth already possess that can help them in developing expertise in STEM fields. We're also expanding our international educational efforts to deepen and broaden pathways for creative learning. In Brazil, with support from the Lemon Foundation, we work closely with the Brazilian Creative Learning Network, a grassroots movement that implements playful, creative educational practices in schools and informal learning spaces. The network has reached more than 20,000 educators across Brazil, from communities in major urban centers to villages in the Amazon. More recently, with support from the Lego Foundation, we've begun collaborating with educators and organizations in South Africa, centering the voices that historically have been furthest from educational justice. We're saddened and angered by many recent events, but we're also hopeful about future possibilities. Looking ahead, we're deeply committed to working with youth and educators to build a more just and equitable future. We can't imagine anything more important.